concept for the U.S. Pavilion is to create an open, inviting, porous, transparent pavilion that is really a kind of passage. You know, the U.S. Pavilion is enormously popular. And so it was important for us to have a lot of people be able to move through it without queues. We don't want a big, massive crowd in front of the pavilion. So we want them to be able to move through it and experience it in a number of different ways, very quickly, in great detail, as leisure. And so it's a kind of multivalent or a multi-level pavilion that allows people to experience it in their own way. In addition, we wanted a pavilion that was simple, referenced American agricultural buildings, and was instantly recognizable at a glance. From the decomanos, you can see right through the pavilion, and that's something that very few pavilions can do. We've used a series of materials ranging from natural materials. We have a huge vertical farm that's kind of in motion, kind of waving the way amber waves of grain do, let's say. We have a digital glass roof, a smart glass roof that creates shadows or transparency depending on light conditions outside. We have a boardwalk that is salvaged material from the Coney Island boardwalk destroyed by Hurricane Sandy. And wonderful materials from Italy like the perforated aluminum siding that's actually not perforated but expanded, a zero waste, an absolutely zero waste recyclable material. Every material here is chosen for its inherent iconic properties or for its recycling properties or reuse properties. The most daunting part of this project is trying to represent a country as complicated and diverse and large as the United States in a single building. And it's nearly impossible in the same way that it's nearly impossible for a book cover to represent an entire book. And obviously the content is really a much more in-depth view of US policy and American food. But the building really is an attempt to provide a kind of scaffolding for those ideas, but in its own way to express things about the US that content might not address. So the vertical farm is a huge spectacle of American farming and agriculture, and the roof is a technological, digital side. But even the area that we're standing on now, which is within what we call the service wall, the elevators, escalators, stairs, all the analog movement of the building is transparently shown. And so it's a very active, alive, it's almost a kind of large agricultural machine that's constantly in motion.